What's up, technicians? This is your specialist, the Space Technician. And yes, you read that right. Elon Musk's space company, alongside the US military, has somehow begun the year of 2024 on the high side. SpaceX isn't just making waves in the civilian sector, it's catching the eye of the military too. But, come to think of it, what precisely is the deal? Why does the US military want in on SpaceX? Again? Let's break it down. Before we jump into the juicy details, if you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on the latest updates from the world of space exploration, tech, and everything in between. Now, let's get right into it. Founded by the one and only Elon Musk, SpaceX has undoubtedly been revolutionizing space travel since its inception. From reusable rockets to ambitious missions to Mars, SpaceX has been at the forefront of innovation in the aerospace industry. But now, things seem to be going notches higher. The United States military is considering commandeering SpaceX's reusable Starship rocket for dangerous or sensitive missions. The Department of Defense, DoD, reached out to SpaceX to inquire about using Starship on its own, flying the massive rocket as a government-owned and operated asset, primarily for sensitive and potentially dangerous missions. Remember that the Department of Defense currently contracts SpaceX as a launch service provider. However, this time, the proposed arrangement reveals that they no longer want to contract the company to launch payloads, but to actually take full control of the vehicle on its own. According to Gary Henry, a senior advisor at SpaceX, while discussing the US military's request during the Space Mobility Conference on January 30th, 2024, SpaceX is exploring its options before responding to the DoD's request. Henry also supported the speculation surrounding this news that DoD's current request to take over Starship for specific missions is indeed significantly different from the contracts the Department of Defense has had with SpaceX in the past. We've had conversations, and it really came down to specific missions, where it is a very specific and sometimes elevated risk, or maybe a dangerous use case for the DoD, where they are asking themselves, do we need to own it as a particular asset? SpaceX, can you accommodate that? Henry stated. The director of space architecture for the Office of Secretary of the Air Force for Space Acquisition and Integration, Colonel Eric Felt, also revealed, saying there might be some use cases where there needs to be a government-owned, government-operated vehicle, and that transfer can happen on the fly. If we can buy the commercial service, that's what we're going to do. But there might be some use cases where there needs to be a government-owned, government-operated vehicle, and that transfer can happen on the fly. The new arrangement also means that although the DoD would have complete control of the Starship for specific missions, it would be returned to SpaceX after each of their missions. Traveling down memory lane to October 2020, we will remember that the former U.S. Transportation Command, U.S. Transcom Commander, General Stephen Lyons, once hinted at this possibility. This tells that the arrangement to want in on SpaceX didn't just begin recently. The DoD has been considering using Starship for years. As early as 2020, General Stephen Lyons discussed using the giant reusable rocket that is not yet operational for transporting cargo or even personnel rapidly around the world. Think about moving the equivalent of a C-17 payload anywhere on the globe in less than an hour. Think about that speed associated with the movement of transportation of cargo and people. General Stephen Lyons said, "There is a lot of potential here, and I'm really excited about the team that's working with SpaceX on an opportunity, even perhaps as early as 21, to be conducting a proof of principle," he added. Even Elon Musk, the founder and CEO of SpaceX, had equally hinted to his followers on the X platform about the exciting opportunities surrounding the Starship as far back as 2019. Although not directly revealing the US control of Starship, Elon Musk disclosed his plans to use Starship to send 1,000 human passengers on point-to-point flights worldwide at hypersonic speeds held in place by amusement park-like restraints. It would feel similar to Space Mountain in a lot of ways, but you'd exit on another continent, Elon Musk wrote on Platform X in 2019. So, now, it somehow all makes sense. But even further, we must also understand that beyond these potential US military applications and the traditional usage of Starship as a commercial launch vehicle, the NASA Artemis program also taps into Starship. The agency is planning to use Starship as a moonlander, ferrying human crews to and from the lunar surface, starting with the Artemis 3 mission, scheduled for no earlier than 2026. And of course, this is subject to a lot of testing and further development. For example, SpaceX will first have to successfully demonstrate with Starship using the rocket as an orbital refueling platform to top off a human lander after it uses most of its fuel after it leaves Earth and heads to the moon. Overall, it's not hard to see the diverse possibilities surrounding Starship, positioning itself as SpaceX's next-generation launch vehicle targeted to help humanity build a settlement on the moon and Mars. At the time of making this video, Starship has undergone 2 test flights, with the first in April 2023 and the second test flight in November 2023. We also expect a third test flight within the first quarter of 2024, as it only awaits regulatory approval from the United States government. Now to think of it, the DoD's partnership with SpaceX to control Starship leaves a big statement, especially in the aerospace industry. And somehow, it comes down to one word: reliability. SpaceX has inarguably built a reputation for itself as a reliable and cost-effective provider of launch services. Their Falcon rockets have a proven track record of success, which is crucial for the military to deploy satellites and other sensitive payloads into space. And of course, this partnership isn't a one-way street. SpaceX stands to benefit from collaborating with the military as well. Not only would it provide a steady stream of revenue for the company, but it could also open up new avenues for technological advancement and innovation. Plus, working with the military could bolster SpaceX's reputation as a serious player in the aerospace industry. However, it's not all smooth sailing. There are some concerns about the potential militarization of space and its implications for international relations. Additionally, there are questions about how SpaceX's partnership with the military could impact its relationship with other countries and private entities. Then, there are also some regulatory hurdles to consider. Space is still a heavily regulated domain, and any collaboration between SpaceX and the military would need to navigate a complex web of laws and regulations. There's also the issue of export control, as some of SpaceX's technology could be considered sensitive or even classified. So, there you have it. The US military wants in on SpaceX, and it's not hard to see why. With its proven track record of success and innovative technology, SpaceX could be a valuable partner for the military in its quest for space dominance. However, there are still plenty of challenges and concerns to address before this partnership becomes a reality. What do you think about the US military's interest in SpaceX's Starship? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to mash that like button, subscribe for weekly space content, and ring that bell for instant notifications from the channel. This is the Space Technician signing off for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you Space Cowboys in the next one.